What's for breakfast?
What's your top speed fin or foil? What size front wing? What's this on the boot?
What's for lunch? Are you comfortable down there?
What line final slap?
You're slowly getting annoying.
Good morning, Maciek.
Morning.
I've got a few questions for you today coming up.
How many?
You'll see, just a few. Yeah, first off, are you an early bird or a night owl?
Early bird, definitely, but it's already 8 AM and I'm just brushing my teeth, so maybe not that early, but yeah, early bird.
So what's happening now?
Just some morning mobility.
So is this part of your morning routine?
Yeah. I do it every day if I only can, which, yeah, most days I do it, and ever since I started, like, no more back pain, no more. Actually, back pain for most windsurfers comes from the hips. Really stiff hips for pretty much every slalom racer.
And how long do you stretch for every morning?
Probably just like 15-20 minutes. And more like mobilizing than stretching, more movements, you know.
So what's actually the difference between classic stretching and mobility?
I'd say I'm not a trainer, so it's not probably the question for me, but for me mobility is more about movement, and then static stretching, I'd rather do it in the evening just to release the muscles when they're, you know, kind of warm and straight after sailing or after shower. But whatever floats your boat, you know. There's no rules, I think.
Are you comfortable down there?
Yeah, as you see. I'm very comfortable when I get out of this position. The spine feels a lot longer.
So is windsurfing good for your body?
I think it's good, but everything in excess is slightly, you know, painful.
Do you feel old, Maciek?
I feel about 18, mate, and you're slowly getting annoying.
What's happening here? So what was all that about?
Bit of meditation. I just gained like 200 points of patience for your dumbass questions.
What's for breakfast?
Fried eggs on avocado toast.
Do you have a strict routine with your breakfasts, or do you like to just improvise?
I don't know how to make anything else than eggs, so that's what I eat.
You just finished breakfast, so what's happening now?
I gotta make lunch for the beach. We don't really usually come back in between sessions, so just, you know, put stuff in the lunchbox and eat it there.
What's this white powder stuff?
It's just some minerals for hydration. Yeah, when we train a lot, I struggle to hydrate. And water, I mean, water it just, you know, goes through, and if you put a little bit of this stuff, which is minerals, vitamins and stuff, electrolytes, yeah, you get hydrated much more with the same amount of liquid. Before I get called out for using single-use plastic, I am reusing it.
I see some more supplements over there. Is there any stuff that you take regularly?
Creatine in the morning, this hydration stuff if we're training really hard, and then a shake after sailing, and that's it. Better off eating well than taking a bunch of pills and powders and shit.
What's the plan for today?
We're just heading to Grenadilla Harbor, a go-to flat water spot for training.
Are you a van racer or a fuel saver?
Neither probably, but probably closer to a racer for sure.
So what's your top speed with the van?
I haven't This van, I don't know, I bought it brand new, so I'm really trying to take care. I didn't push it. I think I went only 160.
And what's your top speed on the foil?
Just a bit less. Just a tiny bit. No, I actually never went speed foiling. I never had small wings. This year I'm gonna have. So we'll see, but like on the race course, if you're doing 32, 33, then you're definitely quick.
So we're pulling up to the spot. What sort of conditions are you expecting today?
It's always gusty here, that's for sure. That's a given. It's always pretty flat on the first reach or two, and then it gets choppy as you go downwind, because we're right next to a harbor wall. I'm expecting either smallest foil or probably 6/8 fin.
Why is your van not as tidy and organised as Jordi Vank's, for example?
First of all, because I have a 19-year-old with me that has a lot of gear. And second of all, probably more importantly, it's because I have a bed up here, which looks tiny, but actually the van is way taller than this little shelf. And I want to have as much space as possible in the limited space that I have. And if you put a bunch of racks and whatever, it always limits the space.
Wait, hold up. So what are you going, fin or foil?
I think foil. Looks really gusty. Foil.
I noticed down here a nice collection of masts. Why so many masts?
Because the more you have, the better the chance it is to find a magic one. Simple as that.
What's going on here?
So to change the angle of the foil inside the box, you use those little shims, and every millimeter basically counts. And yeah, you want to find the perfect trim of the fuselage. Always sails horizontally, let's say. So then when you change the angle of the foil in the box, basically you're changing the angle of the board versus the water. So if you want to put the nose up, you need to put more shims or a thicker shim. If you want to put the nose down, you probably take everything out or even put a shim in the back of the box.
What foil angle are you going for then in these conditions?
I would probably put the fuselage around 1.5 to the board.
What size front wing?
420.
Do you have a tiny bladder?
No. But I spent so much time in my wetsuit where I can just... Bladder's fine, but the habits are a bit messed up from windsurfing.
Where's the mast track going?
I start with like 133, 132, and then I take it from there.
Interfering this lovely video for a quick message. Please subscribe to the channel. Johnny subscribed and he landed a forward loop. Tommy didn't and he got hit by a van. A Volkswagen Crafter on Polish number plates. Now back to the video.
What's happening here?
Top secret.
What's this on the boom?
It's this really kind of smart system from Lisa Booms that you have this thing always on the boom, so it's very quick. You just jump in the water, you open it, and then you close it on the next eyelet, and it's really good. It holds. It's good. I like it.
So what booms do you mainly use?
A mix. I don't have a boom sponsor, which I think works to my advantage because I spend money, but then I test and I use actually a mix. In different sizes, I use different booms.
What length harness lines for slalom foiling?
Long. These are 38s, if I put them all the way, and sometimes they're too short. So I might actually swap to this system we use in IQ foil, the one with the clamp cleat, because there you have you can go from 26 to 46.
What sail size?
7.1 after all.
What's with the bright blue wetsuit?
It matches the eyes.
No, actually after 10 years, 11 almost, riding for Quicksilver, they finally fired me. So now I have no wetsuit sponsor, and this is an impact wetsuit, and I like it a lot. I actually like it way more than any impact vest, and I think we should be able to use it for foil instead of impact vests.
How many times a day do you piss in a wetsuit then?
As many as is needed. No limits. Limits, like fears, are just an illusion, said someone smarter than me.
So what's with the extension?
It's for the lazy ones. No, we actually rig and de-rig so much, you know, that if I think that I had to sit down every time to put downhole, I'm glad I have that one.
How do you decide how much downhole to put on?
Well, I have like a base setting that I know how it looks and how much extension, etc, etc. And then from there you kind of decide on the water, which with this extension is also useful because you can just drop the sail and every click is 0.3 centimeter.
With all the settings, do you go more for feeling or like write everything down in detail?
I do write, but I write down my feelings. And then in the end, like before a race, if it feels that I need more downhole, I will put more downhole. It's not that I will think to myself, oh, you wrote down this, so it's gotta be that. No, feeling is more important, but the base is written down because if I had to remember, you know, like 10 sizes plus IQ foil plus this, I would go absolutely mental for sure.
What are the headphones for?
Meditation, disco music, Polish rap. No, I have the countdown, so I don't really use my watch. I just click here on 4 minutes and have the countdown, and then I don't need to, you know, kind of check all the time. Look here, I can look, focus elsewhere, and another sense is doing the, you know, the work.
What are these?
This is the most important sticker of them all. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna put it on the sail now.
The helmet design, Maciek. Is there going to be a new one every year?
Hopefully new on every contest. Like, it will be so sick to just collaborate with artists and, you know, express what currently is going on, you know, like right now I would love to have like a Ukraine helmet, for example, you know, or yeah, you know, just another way to express yourself.
Speaking of the helmet, what do the letters on the back mean?
Top secret.
Time for the first break. How's the session going so far?
Well, I had a bit of a, actually not a bit, a full-on nightmare session. I went out with a horrible setup, crashed, then went over early, then changed everything and the setup was horrible again, then had one decent race, then went over early again, like zero rhythm. So looking forward to the next one, definitely. Make it a bit better. Can't get much worse than this.
What's gonna happen now?
We have a little quick photo shoot for Challenger. Just all the team is here, so just gonna do a few runs and yeah. Food.
Second set done, another break. How did that go?
Yeah, way better.
What's for lunch today?
Chicken, veggie, rice, sweet sour. Pretty classic.
So going into a training session like today, what's the aim? What's your main goal?
The main goal is to
to race well, to have good starts, drive smart, to know where the limit is and push the limit a little bit, and to have the awareness of what's going on, and yeah, automatic response to every situation.
Quick rig change, what's happening?
Yeah, I'm just gonna put a 6 meter program. It's about 2 minutes to the procedure, so gotta rush.
How was that?
Fun, really fun. With the 6 meter, not overpowered. I mean, still like powered. Some gusts overpowered, but what I said, that you know, you want to be in the fight, and we had some really good fights with the guys. Really fun, and yeah, just good racing. You know, just good training, good racing, gear working good, everything. Just nice, as it's supposed to be.
Maciek, I can barely see it, but is that your name on the board?
Hey, I'm not one to brag, huh? As you guys well know, I'm not one to brag, so I'm happy it's there.
Yeah. Could they have done it any smaller though?
Size is fine. Size don't matter, but maybe we should work on the font a little bit though.
Would you say hydration is key?
Yes, for me, if I don't hydrate, I get headaches, I'm dizzy, it's the worst. Need to be hydrated.
What sort of music do you listen to nowadays?
Old rock and new rap, pretty much.
So, after a long day training, do you have like an evening routine? What's the plan now?
Nah, no routine, just depending what I need, what the body needs, what the gear needs. Just sort like first priorities. So probably today there will be no gym session in evening, but like a recovery thing, like massage and maybe a little bit of stretching or whatever. And good food, and then if I manage to squeeze in some emails and some feedback from testing and some design ideas for the sales and stuff, I'll do that.
So does every PWA rider have a private masseuse?
No, it's just me, and actually it was my lovely girlfriend's idea to get some courses, and yeah, I'm very happy because it's helping a lot, even though it's fucking painful. But actually some other like top 10 PWA guys have come right here to this room to to get massage, so I told her to, like, you know, mess them up, like put their hips backwards or whatever, but she didn't listen, unfortunately.
Remember that question, if you feel like an old man, do you want to change the answer maybe?
There's your answer.